Jason, and I'm a prop freak.
All right, so Jason, your Han and carbonite build is exquisite. I'm just gonna say that because it is. Tell me about what it took to make this.
So the body is a rubber cast, and then the frame is a kit. It just came in pieces. You had to assemble it together. The sides here are the screen-used Volvo panels. We actually, a friend of mine discovered that the side panels came from an old Volvo car. They're actually the instrument panel. It seems like the Star Wars guys just picked whatever they could find. He actually, believe it or not, found some people in Europe that dug up a bunch of these old Volvo cars and shipped over these panels. So this one here, the hero panel, is actually an original panel. The rest of them are actually casts.
And that's like kind of how the guys who built the Back to the Future DeLorean did. They just grabbed old parts from helicopters and all kinds of things and just stuck them together. And I had no idea that the Star Wars guys did that exact same thing.
The exact same thing. Actually, a lot of the parts on the Boba Fett, you'd be amazed. You've got parts from old record players, and so they just seems like whatever they could find, they grabbed and stuck it on there.
When you build your Boba Fetts and your Jango Fetts and all your props, did you try to get the actual things like that, like you did with your Han and carbonite?
So there's some guys that really try to find all of the actual pieces. I sometimes settle for just a cast of it. I'm not really particular whether it's the real or cast. There's a whole lot of guys out there that they want the original found parts, which you're going to pay a lot, whenever you go for an original found part.
Because it's in those movies when like someone uses like a flashlight, and then that flashlight that used to be $3 is now $300.
Yes.
How much time and money have you put into making this and other things?
So time-wise, believe it or not, I did this in about 2 months. Typically what I try to do is get all the parts and then get it done as fast as possible. A lot of folks take their time. I'm not very patient. So for the hero panel here, ran about $300 just for the electronics. Just the panels themselves ran about $500. The screen used panel was about $125. Paid about $250 for the Han and about $250 for the wood frame. There's probably about $1,500 in this Han and carbonite.
In my opinion, that is totally worth it.
Yes, it is worth it. Once you get it done, it's definitely worth it.
So is this one extremely detailed, as I've gone through with every scratch right in place and every dent right where it's supposed to be?
Yeah, in my opinion, Boba's probably the most difficult prop that you're going to put together, most time consuming. You can really get kind of lost in it, especially the paint. A lot of the guys on the Dented Helmet, actually, we get the reference pictures, blow them up to where they're giant, and actually try to recreate every single scratch and make it as close to the movie as possible. I've seen some people spend up to 6 months painting just the helmet. On a Boba, I would say the most time-consuming part is actually the paint work, and it's really what makes or breaks Boba. You see a lot of guys that can get the parts and they can put it together, but if the paint's wrong, it's not going to look right. So that's the most difficult part.
Have you ever worn these costumes?
Initially, yeah, but really this is more for a display piece. So at my house, I have them on a display room. So you get so much money into them, you realize that wearing them, there's a significant risk of damaging them, and then you have to replace the parts, and that gets pretty pricey. So for me, wear it once, put it on display, and it's safe.